Hi and welcome along to another video in the Keep It Simple series regarding health and fitness. And so rule number 3, again in no particular order. Rule number 3 is take stock of where you are now. And what I mean by that is there's been many times through my life where I've fluctuated through different activities or sports, or had periods of time away from something. So for me, my biggest challenge to have consistency is with my strength training. So there's been periods of time where I've going well twice, maybe 3 times a week, put in some layers of consistent, maybe 6 months, and then just dropped off and focused on a different activity. And what I mean by take stock of where you are now is all of those bits that I've done in the past, I need to leave them exactly where they are. I need to focus on where I am now. In other words, the weights that I was lifting previously in my sort of strength example, I'm going to be nowhere near now. And I shouldn't be nowhere near, because that's the way the body works, that's the way muscles work. If you don't use it, unfortunately you lose it. That doesn't mean you can't get it back and more, but you just have to just be mindful of that and work with your body rather than against it to get you back. First of all, get you back in the routine. And so for my example, get myself back in the routine of doing some strength training again, and then slowly look at progressing through either the amount of times I do a particular exercise or the amount of lots of those times I do a particular amount of exercise. So talking here there about sets and reps, and then focus probably lastly on increasing the amount of weight I push, pull, squat, etc. So and I think this is really important, because you can sometimes, if you focus too much on what you've had before, and I'm guilty of this as well, I have this thing in my head going, oh yeah, when I used to really be into my gym 20 years ago, do you remember when you did dumbbell fitball presses 32 kg? And I'm a million miles away from that now. And in fact, sometimes I've done that exercise in the past and sometimes I haven't. So that's relative as well. You can only really look at the exercise specifically to compare how you're progressing. But let's probably focus less on what we've had and focus more on taking stock of where you are now. And that way you also don't feel a little bit discouraged or a little bit, putting some blame on yourself or a little bit of guilt of having that period of time off. Because you, like me, it might not be a period of time off of exercise, it might just be a period of time off that particular exercise. And the body and muscles, when they don't have a specific exercise they do, that's where the wastage away of that strength comes from. So for example, if I'd have switched from a traditional strength training program of squats, deadlifts and bench press, and just moved to more of a circuit training, I would still have developed strength, but maybe a bit more overall aerobic strength, which I guess I'm not keeping to the keep it simple, but really the message is just, to take a moment and just see where you are right now. And I'm going to do this as 2 parts, because I think that's enough for the first part. So the first part is take stock of where you are now with regards to your type of exercise you're going to do, and leave what you achieved before in the past. You're okay to have a goal for the future. It can still be evolved around something you've achieved before, but don't be disheartened when you realise you're not as fit or as strong as you once were because you've taken some time out. Okay? I feel like rambled on a bit on that one, but the main talking point is take stock of where you are now with your health and fitness. I do a second part because I think there's another part that's worthwhile tagging in with this. This one is more about you assessing, maybe time off that you've had, or what type of training you're going to go and do now, or tweak now. Okay. Anyway, hope it's been of some use, and I'll see you on the next one. Toodaloo for now.